Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly sports.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome in.
Good to see you. Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is...
Take a seat.
Actually, I'm not going to say what today is. You think about it for a second at home. A little trivia question for you at home. Think about it. What is today?
What was yesterday, the 28th?
Mm-hmm. Yesterday was Monday the 28th. You take a second at home. Everybody lock in your answer. I'll say it in 5 seconds.
I guess DM me if
4,
you guys need help.
3, 2.
Hold on. Timeout.
Early timeout.
That's a very early timeout. You burned a timeout on the first possession. Crazy. It is Tuesday, April 29th.
Oh.
We are live from Chicago. Connor, how do you remember how many days are in a month? What's your device for that?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it just alternating? Oh, this is loud. Isn't it just alternating 31 and 30, and you start with January 31st?
What about 28? What about February?
What about February?
Do the knuckles.
You do the knuckles,
right.
Ebo?
Yeah.
I never knew the knuckles.
That's how I do
Is
my
there
It
a
knuckles.
also
knuckles?
doesn't alternate it because the two.
And then I do this for my lefts and my right.
All right, hold on. Timeout.
This is 2.
Yeah, we're having a bad possession. January has 31.
Yeah, it's knuckles, dude.
February has 28. How's it knuckles?
So the put your knuckles together. Watch
All
it.
right.
We're about to blow Brandon's mind. Then I'm gonna tell the people about Jägermeister
All
a
right.
little bit more. So start left to right, and do January is the up knuckle.
January up knuckle.
February is
down.
the divot.
Divot. March.
April,
May.
June. Now here's where it gets tricky. July is up, but
But there's a second knuckle.
there's a second knuckle that's up.
Who figured this out?
I don't know.
So August is up.
Do you think that's how
September's down.
was it the fucking Romans that did the calendar? Is that how they came up with it?
What do I do with this? What do I do with this finger?
You cut it off.
I ran out of,
You
I ran out of
cut it
knuckles.
56 botanical, 0 degrees Fahrenheit, wherever you're out, if you're hanging with friends or at the bar or sitting around your house trying to figure out how many days in a month by counting your knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Call the shots. Cheers with ice cold Jägermeister. Remember to check Jägermeister out at barstoolxjagermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister, the core 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S., White Plains, New York. What do you want to talk about, Brandon?
I want to talk about so much. I want to talk about the NBA playoffs, and I want to talk about the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, and I want to talk about something we didn't get to yesterday, the Bill Belichick saga, which, by the way,
yeah.
they've released a statement this morning, so we got plenty of meat on the bone there. I want to talk about so much going on in the world of sports. But first, I need to get serious. I'd like to get serious for a second because something happened yesterday that I intensely regret. I'm a little ashamed of it. I hope it doesn't reflect upon my family. Or, you know what, I'm speaking for you too. I hope it doesn't reflect upon your family.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you share the same sense of solemnness that I do. The weight on your chest right now is immense. And don't let me speak for you. I know that you feel these things as well, right?
I do. Yeah, I do. I carry great shame with me today.
Yesterday we had Ref Rob on the show, and I thought he was delightful. He was fantastic. I thought he talked basketball and reffing with us for a while, and it was good. And he was very understated in his attire.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to apologize to everyone. In the moment, we got caught up and we did some things we regret, including not showing him the Mr. Ed video. It's the first time we've ever had a guest and we've not shown the Mr. Ed video.
I think that's right, yeah.
I don't know what happened. What happened out there?
We're going to have to live the rest of our lives wondering
We're not going to know.
what Ref Rob would have thought about Mr. Ed sliding into home.
He's going to perhaps
We'll never know.
live the rest of his life not
Yeah.
knowing Mr. Ed played baseball.
Yeah.
And that's on us.
Or we just get him back in here.
He did seem
here?
cool. He was here at like
Yeah,
9:30
is
yesterday.
he out?
Yeah, we just probably
We got to hire him somehow.
call him. Just come on back.
Yeah, we got to hire that guy. I don't know what for. I mean, to ref, I would assume.
We've hired people for
be-
dumber reasons.
Yeah.
I think he would ref a pickup game on Friday.
I want him to ref everything.
Yeah.
I want him to be the
The ref.
surviving bar stool,
Mhm.
and there's an argument, and they just go to Ref Rob, and he's like, "Come on now,
Dave, I ain't hearing this bullshit.
I hear this bullshit, Dave." Yeah, we didn't show him the video.
That's on us.
Next
That's
play
on us.
mentality, I guess.
Yeah, next play. We'll
Next
be better.
play.
We'll be better. That's on us.
I wouldn't promise that.
We'll try to be better.
try to be better. Yeah,
We will
try
attempt
to
to be better.
We will certainly try. We will see.
Connor, you having trouble settling
But
in over
also,
there?
don't we have a team around us that's supposed to?
I would think so. I would think Cody didn't walk in and
Yeah.
correct it. Certainly
Yeah.
the two Googlers over there didn't do shit.
Yeah.
TJ tried. I'll give TJ credit. There's a text in the group chat saying, "Hey, show him Mr. Ed." And
Several
TJ
Two
just
texts
texted ED, which could have meant anything. Honestly, I thought you were confessing something to the group.
I had it pulled up.
Oh, that'll fix it.
It's right here, ready to go.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, I guess we can watch it if it's just
Oh,
it's just
man.
sitting there.
Just sitting there.
Oh damn, he smacked that thing.
I wonder what Rob would have thought right now.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, "That's a horse."
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Now this is where it really sinks in that we're playing the whole clip to the guys.
They think they've seen it all at this point.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, what's a horse running?
Incredible.
And
Incredible.
those are memories we did not make
Mm-hmm.
with Rev Rob, and we apologize. The Warriors, Rockets, and the Lakers, Wolves,
Yep.
to me, are the exact same scenario.
Mhm.
They are both series that are 3-1. You look on the surface, it's a 3-1 series. That's not close, but it is. These are close series, tight series that one team just happens to be outlasting the other in these moments. And the Warriors took a 3-1 series lead last night, despite Steph Curry only had 17 points. He was 2 for 8 from 3. He wasn't great. They have a 3-1 series lead, but I don't think either series is over. Is the point I'm trying to.
I think the Warriors are the Warriors and Lakers are supposed to be the same though. Having no depth and having older superstars that have been around the block. But how much is that going to help you when you're playing a team full of athletes and all that? And it's working for the Warriors. It's not for the Lakers. Is it just Anthony Edwards? Is it as simple as
Yeah. I think
The-
they're
the
playing an
Rockets don't
explosive
have-
offensive player, and the Rockets
Jalen
don't
Green
have
is
it.
not Anthony Edwards?
Right.
Is that it?
You have a
Really
guy.
that simple?
The Wolves have a guy who can go for 43 and carry his team in
Yeah.
the second half. The Rockets don't have that guy. The Rockets can suffocate you with defense, and the Rockets can compete with you. But at the end of the games, like last night, I think Butler hit 3 free throws with 50 seconds
Yeah,
left.
Dylan Brooks. Yeah.
And then he hit 2 free throws at the end to ice it, or not really ice it, but to put it to a 3-point game. But nobody in that game was hitting a shot down the stretch to make a difference.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
Wolves have that guy.
Yeah. It feels like if you're oversimplifying the Warriors and the Rockets, you would say the Warriors have two guys they can turn to in clutch situations, and who do the Rockets have? But then last night, and even if that's true, like last night that wasn't the case. It was just I felt like nobody was executing down the stretch. Fred VanVleet hit was fucking awesome. He hit the how much time was it? Should I synergize it? How much time was left when Fred VanVleet hit the 3 to tie it? Like a minute and a half
like a
or
minute.
something?
Yeah,
Minute
a
50?
little over a minute to go.
Should I pull out Synergy?
Synergize it. What are you talking about?
Minute 20.
You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
I don't think Brandon knows you as a synergy guy yet,
Yeah.
Mark.
Oh yeah, you weren't here when
Oh,
I
my
was.
friend Mark Titus.
You weren't
I
here when I was when I debuted my Synergy brain. I have the world at my fingertips now. So let me. What do you want to see from last night? Let me pull it up.
Can I just get a little point of clarification? So synergy is a thing that helps you watch basketball that you wanted forever, and all you had to do was complain about it on this show one time. And
Pretty much.
You got
yeah.
it?
Pretty much.
Because I haven't seen a perfect set of titties in a while. It's been a long time since I've just had a perfect set of titties plopped in my face.
Yeah, you need a nice new boat.
I'm in the
Sea Ray?
market for a nice car. I wouldn't mind a delicious steak dinner tonight. Anything else, boys?
Yeah, it seems like everyone else is having delicious steak dinners, but you.
Yeah, I'm the only one not having a delicious steak dinner on a Tuesday night. Connor, anything you want?
No, I'm totally happy in life. I'm good.
You can't be totally happy in
I'm
life.
fine.
There's nothing that can be done to improve your life at all.
Somebody.
Somebody just handed you a nice car. It wouldn't help your life.
I like my Kia.
Pazimshi brick, Buddy Hield brick.
Right.
What do we got next? And then this is the-
Podziemski scored 26 last night.
Yeah. Fred
good.
VanVleet blocked by Podziemski.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Now here comes Jimmy Butler. This is like the closest thing to a clutch bucket is Jimmy Butler just kind of like jogging down the court, and the Rockets don't stop him, and he just lays it in. And then hold on. Okay, 2 minutes left. Here we go.
You're just now
Kick
2
it out.
minutes.
Oh, that was the over and back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is fun. I'm
What-
just gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch the game from.
What
last
are
night.
you watching? The last 5 minutes?
Yeah.
A cut up of the last 5
Yeah,
minutes?
cut up the last 5 minutes. I didn't even find the answer I was looking for. The Fred VanVleet shot.
Minute 20.
Yeah, minute 20 left. Anyway, yeah, last night the execution late wasn't great, but it's turning into a great series. It is 3-1, which it feels like the Warriors are in the driver's seat, but it's far from over, I would say, as well.
I think the Warriors have closed out every 3-1 series lead they've ever
Of all
had.
time. Where do you fall? Where does America fall in the Draymond Green versus Dylan Brooks? And Jimmy Butler's in the mix too. Jimmy Butler and Dylan Brooks were
See the
at
mic'd
each
up
other's
of
throat.
them?
Yeah.
Where he's calling him a bum and a bitch. And the ref is like, "You talking to me?" He said, "No, I'm talking to him."
But it's very close to bubbling over in the sense that last night it felt like there was a stretch in the first half where they just like were going to the monitor after every whistle and reviewing every single thing. And if Draymond on his own, not likable. Dylan Brooks on his own, not likable. You put them together, I don't know who I'm. Does one of them have to be? Do you have to be on one of their sides?
No, to me, it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like Draymond can be a dislikable and an asshole on the court, but compared to Dylan Brooks, I think 99% of America is siding with Draymond there.
Yeah,
he's got there's a quality to Draymond that you feel like off the court. You can get beers with him. You feel like he's a decent guy. This is how he plays basketball.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks just seems like a fucking cunt. Dylan Brooks just seems like somebody that would cut you off in traffic.
Yeah.
That would take a parking spot from you.
Yeah.
That would leave his grocery cart in the parking lot.
Right.
That's what Dylan Brooks seems like.
And do it just for kicks.
Just to do it.
Just for kicks.
Just to do it. And then
because it'll piss you off.
And then when you're standing there looking at it, look at this guy. He left his grocery cart right there. He speeds by you and he splashes water in your face just so he can do it. That's what Dylan Brooks is like. Now, on the basketball court, that can be effective. You get everybody out of their game and stuff like that. But you said it's close to bubbling over. I feel like every Dylan Brooks time that he's been on the court since he got to the league has been on the cusp of bubbling over.
Yeah.
He's a constantly bubble over guy.
But Draymond's that way too.
But Draymond,
I agree with you. Is it just as simple as Draymond's American?
Draymond can also win you a championship, and I don't think Dylan Brooks can.
Right. Draymond has won championships.
Yeah.
He's a proven winner, and he's American. And maybe it's just that simple.
Draymond's always been surrounded by Steph and Clay and just like these likable, these likable guys that they love him.
He feels like he's a necessity because Steph is not only likable, but Steph doesn't have an edge to him. And there was the play. I might have to synergize. There was the play where Steph got knocked over. It was a foul on Dylan Brooks, I think, and then Steph just says that's two. He looks up at Dylan Brooks and says that's your second. And then Dylan Brooks goes to take the ball, and then Draymond just comes in and like shoves Dylan Brooks real quick.
Yeah.
And that to me like demonstrates what Draymond's value to the team is he's like the enforcer. He's the guy that has the edge. He's the guy that like if you have any thought that you're gonna rough up Steph, think again because I will fucking punch you in the face if I need to. And without him,
but now
Steph can't do that on his own. So he serves a purpose, whereas Dylan Brooks is just a fucking dick.
But Draymond has been that guy for what, 15 years now, or 12 years, however long they've been in the league. Draymond's been that guy, but now you got Jimmy Butler, who's a real bully.
Yeah,
who's a real like he's not I don't think he's a pretend bully. Like some of Draymond's is like he's gonna needle you, he's gonna get you, he's gonna get in your head and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler, it seems if he says he's gonna fuck you up, it seems like he's probably just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. And Draymond, a lot of the chatter can't lead to beating you on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's obviously a great defender, but he's not
scoring 40.
It's not like you start talking shit to him and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go off for 40 now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Jimmy Butler can. So Jimmy Butler can be a motherfucker with how he talks.
Yeah.
And then he can also just kill you.
Well,
the court.
I just appreciate that so many of these series seem to be devolving into a little bit of hatred and a little bit of angst and a little bit of
the first round. This is great.
Yeah, which really leads, I think, going forward and whoever I think the Warriors are going to end up winning. Like Warriors, any mixture of the Warriors and the Wolves I feel like all of it can get contentious here on out,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel the same in the East. But
Evo is. Am I crazy, or are the Thunder just going to beat everybody in the West?
well, now wait a minute.
The West
Oh, you
feels
said
like
the
it's-
West. Okay.
The West feels like it's wide open.
They don't. They
But
don't.
what if
they
it's
don't have
not?
a weak link, and they
What
have
if it's
extra
just not?
links. in
Yeah,
there.
what if it's just not?
Can I get on this? Can I piggyback and say, are we just headed towards Cavs Thunder, and we all just refuse to say that we are? Where nobody's recognized that the
Yeah,
Cavs and the Thunder are
potentially.
both just headed straight for each other?
Yeah, like you said, you texted in the group last night. You're like, I just checked the Cavs score, and I am alarmed.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were up 40. No, they were up 50 in the third quarter.
Stunning. It was insane.
Yeah.
It's a playoff game too. It's not just like
After
It's their last game.
This coming after the Heat just got their ass kicked, to where you would assume that they would have
bit of
some
fight.
sort of pride, put up some sort of fight.
He put
Maybe you know what's scary? Maybe they did. Maybe
That
that
was their
was like
fight?
the best the Heat had.
the stats he put, the combined 90. They won by 92 points in the last two games 3 and 4. So they won by 55 last night, which means they won by 37 in Game 3. It's the largest point differential in a 2-game span in playoff history. And the 122-point differential, 4 games, they won by combined 122, most in playoff history.
Crazy.
It was the biggest ass-kicking in the history of the NBA playoffs, and I feel like a lot of people are just whistling past the graveyard on this.
Could
Yes.
I push back a little bit?
I just said stats, but yeah.
Well, just talking about this path that the Cavs are on, and I'm not just saying this.
Again, I
'cause
just
they're
said
Yeah,
stats.
these are
Yeah.
just stats. These are
These
facts.
no, but the
can't push
narrative,
back
like
on
where it's
facts.
going to be the Cavs going up against OKC,
Are these
very well possible.
There's gonna be your feelings right now.
Right.
No.
You're doing feelings.
No, the Miami Heat were 37 and 45 in the regular season,
Mhm.
Been a lot of teams with that similar record at the 8 seed in the playoffs before.
but they were a 10 seed
Well,
that made
whatever.
it into the playoff
Sure.
because of the play-in.
Sure.
Maybe they were just a team that shouldn't have been there to begin with. They were 8 games below 500, and were maybe making a little bit more out of this.
Do you
It's
think they're
impressive.
do you think they're the worst team?
How much could the Cavs have won by?
the worst
where
team in the
you would
playoffs.
have said where you would have come in and been like, "This is actually impressive."
It is impressive.
What if they would have won
It's
by
still impressive.
400 points last night?
It's
Would
still
you have
impressive.
Still said, "Let's take
but
a
the
break.
opponent is not.
Let's hold on
good.
a second. Let's remember this Miami Heat team not good."
Do you think the Miami Heat of 2025 are the worst team in the history of the NBA playoffs?
Not sure off the top of my head. I don't want to make any rash statements.
Because they just took the biggest whipping in the history of the NBA playoffs.
They are
But-
the first 10 seed, right?
Yeah, first 10 seed.
Maybe we're done with the playing games. Is that
Yes.
is that a lesson we're learning?
Yes.
Be done with the
It's awful.
play-ins? But then the Warriors
it.
were a playing team, and now they're up 3-1.
That's
on
right.
that. But the Warriors would.
But I'm saying they would have made it in regardless.
Yeah, they didn't need to win the play.
Yeah, there was no need for the play-in.
Yeah. We don't need 9 and 10 seeds.
So
Yeah.
you're canceling the play-in right now?
Yes. I canceled it weeks ago.
The play
I-
should be for like the 6th seed.
But isn't
yeah.
the play-in the Sixers only hope to make the playoffs over the next 3 to 5 years?
Not over the next 3 to 5 years. I was taking the stance it should be canceled because the Sixers, despite having a horrendous season this year and having half of their lineup out, they were still in contention for a good stretch for the play-in.
Is this
like
cancel
deep
culture?
into the season.
Yeah, this might be cancel culture.
You're cancel culturing right now.
Yeah.
I'll fucking cancel fucking.
What?
We can't
that play.
give up on the Celtics. Like not give
No.
up on it, but you can't. I'm working under the assumption the Celtics are going to win the championship. I think the Thunder though might just be better than everybody in the West because I was excited about the playoffs because the West is going to be wide open. All these teams are pretty good. The series are all of them are fun. Every series has been a lot of fun except for the Thunder Grizzlies. But what if the Thunder are just way better than everybody?
They might be.
We,
It feels that way.
when we
from
did our NBA
what I'm
preview,
seeing.
we did our NBA preview, and if you guys remember, I said I think there's a team that I don't think people realize just how much better they are than everybody else, and people were not prepared for how good the Thunder were this year. All-time great point differential. They're like we talked about the weak links. They have 0 weak links. They have
Yeah.
like 15 links.
The 15 links.
They have 15. Yeah, they have 15.
That's like a
wins.
common breakfast for me.
Yeah.
Here are your current NBA championship odds. The Thunder
Mhm.
are plus 150 to win it all.
Mhm.
Celtics are right behind them, 2-1, plus 200.
What you're saying makes sense to me.
The Cavs, 5-1. So Celtics 2-1, Cavs 5-1.
Interesting.
And then there's a gigantic jump. Do you know who the next team is?
The next team.
What? No, I'm sorry. The Warriors are at 1,600. The Warriors are the next team. The Warriors
Okay.
are at 16-1. So it goes from Thunder Thunder. There's one. The fifth team is who I was trying to ask.
Good
Thunder
question,
plus
Jeff.
150.
Good question.
Celtics plus 200. Cavs plus 500. Warriors plus 1600. And then I'll just do it. The Wolves are 28 to 1. They're the
It's
number
good
5.
trivia, Jeff.
They're number 5 in odds. I think Warriors 16 to 1 is pretty good odds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's worth a shot. I mean, they got the old stars. They got they're going to hang with everybody, I think. They're going to be in games. They got Jimmy Butler and Steph to close. I think that's pretty good odds. Now,
Yeah.
you guys are probably right about the Thunder just killing everybody.
They got no depth. Jimmy Butler's banged up a little bit, but he's,
They're the Warriors. Every time you count them out,
Yeah.
they got another life.
That's, yeah.
Like
They don't win every championship.
But that title,
They don't-
the title they won 3 years ago,
Yeah,
it came after we thought they were dead.
sure.
And
But if they can just pull themselves up and go on a deep playoff run, why don't they do it every year?
But they don't have it every year.
Okay.
No, they're just like
Okay.
good golfers don't win every tournament. Mark,
Yeah.
they don't
Okay.
win every tournament, and you're acting like they win every tournament, and they don't. Do golfers win it? They don't.
Yeah, the good ones win everything.
The good ones
Good
kind of
win
do.
every single
The
tournament.
good ones kind of do.
Yeah.
They go on stretches where they just win everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joaquin Neiman has won every tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sure.
On Live.
Sure. What about
What about the TGL?
who was that guy from Chile?
who
Who's the
won?
other guy from Chile? I was trying to Pereira. Mito? Tito?
Mito.
Mito or Pito?
Mito.
Mito Pereira. I had it. Mito.
Ito.
Hey, does he win every tournament? Does Mito Pereira win every tournament?
Yeah.
So the Warriors are Mito Pereira.
Minions?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. All I'm hearing is Mito.
Beto.
Yeah.
Banana.
Good times.
Yeah.
Why is it you two always go to Minions so fast?
Banana.
Because you said
They're a-
Beto. You said Beto.
They bring up Minions twice.
Yeah,
a
there
week.
are a lot of things.
They
you can
only say like
reference.
2 things.
Would
There
you
are a
rather
lot
us
of
be
things you can
Minions
reference.
guys or Star Wars guys?
I don't want Star Wars
You
guys.
can't have
Yeah.
both.
Although we are doing a Star Wars episode, he is
Yeah, I
at
don't know
least
how
giving
much
us
we-
value that we could sell. What have the Minions ever
Yeah,
brought us?
I mean, if we did a Minions episode, it may be the worst podcast in the history of podcasts. Yeah, it'd be an hour of that.
There we go. George Kittle agrees to a 4-year, $76.4 million extension, according to the Minion Sports Network.
That's supposed to look like his hair. That makes him look like an old man.
Damn, is Will Compton gonna to go after?
Who do they break bad news? Do they break
do.
do they
Yes.
break like deaths? Do they
This is
that's-
crazy.
Sean Watson.
That's not great.
That's his career. He played for the Texans, passing lead-in.
Passing lead-in?
But do they
Yeah,
the
AI
Minion,
can't
the
do
Minion
words.
Sports Network is sad to report that
Did they do O.J. Simpson's death?
Kevin Love's father has passed away, Like did they do
The love is gone.
the
Yeah, no, yes, they do.
Oh my god.
It's a sports network, dude.
You got to break off. Imagine finding out like Kobe died from
Yeah.
the Minion Sports Network.
Wait, what's
Like,
Like there's that golfer that peed.
I don't like the LeBron Minion. Can we talk about the LeBron Minion?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's not a great LeBron Minion. Why is he?
are there not black people in the Minions universe or black Minions?
They're all yellow?
He's right there. He's a minion.
So so every Minion has yellow. It's not like the Simpsons where the Simpsons have
That's true. Yeah.
black people in
What?
the Simpsons
Yeah,
universe.
no diversity.
What's with their
There's no
attempts at
diversity.
hair on some of these guys? Like Cooper Flagg's hair up there. What's
What is
what's going on there? That's not even an approximation of what his hair looks like. Oh, one more. Go get out of that. Is Carmelo bald? He's always
no,
had
he's
hair?
got like a buzz cut, right?
He's always had hair?
Yeah, he's got.
I
Yeah,
think
what are we doing?
Carmelo's
Carmelo's got short hair, but he's got hair.
he's got hair.
Come on.
Freddie Freeman's
Freddie
hair.
Freeman,
Like,
what are we
what's
doing? What's going on? What's going on? Now that does look like.
What am I? I'm arguing about Minions.
Yeah, that does look like Jokic though.
This is
Looks like
exactly
Gru-
what TJ
That
wanted.
does look like you.
Gru and Jokic. That actually plays.
Should we do our NBA player while we're here?
Yeah, I guess we're talking
What?
NBA.
The 20-point score for
Yeah,
tonight. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh,
Read
talk to
you
him
got the
about it.
DraftKings
You
ad,
got
or
it.
I have it?
you got
Got
you
it.
got to B walk.
I got it.
Got it.
Walkman.
Huh?
Walkman. The Sony Walkman.
Yes, I had
It was an
one.
old CD player.
Did you? No, it was a cassette player first.
I had the CD player.
I had the cassette player, then I had the CD player. The NBA playoffs are finally here, and it's about to get wild. High-stakes drama, insane buzzer beaters, jaw-dropping dunks, and the excitement you live for. Guess what?
What? Chicken butt.
That'll be enough out of you today. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is giving you a chance to boost your winnings every single game during the playoffs. That's right. Every game, all playoffs long, DraftKings is rolling out a special NBA profit boost. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Am I reading the right one? Or do we,
Yeah.
do we have a specific read for this? Okay. All right. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code FAMILY to claim your profit boost. That's right. Code FAMILY gets you a boost for every single NBA playoff game. Don't miss your shot at big wins. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. So me and Mark are both picking, because we got first and second pick, we're both picking.
We're all building a parlay.
We're working as a team.
We're
now.
working
Oh,
as a team.
we're working as a team now.
We're working
Yeah.
as a team. We're building a
You
parlay.
don't understand. But
Yeah.
Well, Team Doofus over here, we weren't too good at winning the
Nah.
competitions.
So there's 4 games tonight, correct?
Yeah.
A lot to pick from
Lot to pick
There's
from.
one at
Should
5
we do-
o'clock. Why is there a game at 5 o'clock?
because we live in the Central Time Zone.
Okay. Why is there a game at 6 Eastern?
That I do not know.
Should we draw one up? Do we just gotta see one go through the bucket? Draw up a. This is like a.
I first game, I think they're going to kill him, Tyrese. I want to go on Tyrese.
Okay.
Halliburton.
Okay.
Halle Berry?
I think Halliburton.
What the hell?
I think Halliburton's going for 25 tonight.
All right.
Eliante?
But I
I was.
I was looking at
25.
Siakam as the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think they both scored 20.
Okay, you don't like that.
So
I was gonna-
No, it's your
I was
pick.
gonna suggest we. Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We build a foundation of just like Jokic and Giannis and,
Cade Cunningham, maybe.
and then sprinkle a little. Maybe if you want to get crazy, you sprinkle a little Mikal Bridges on top or
Mhm.
something.
We're doing
you gotta
4.
Build the foundation.
We're doing 4.
So you're going with the
Okay, 'cause
you're going with Halliburton.
I think Tatum. I like Tatum too. Is that too chalky?
No. We got to
take it.
I like Tatum more than
That's what I'm saying.
Halliburton.
We got to build a foundation.
I'm gonna go with Tatum.
You go with Tatum.
And if
Tatum's
you-
my foundational guy.
And if you pick the foundational piece, you can come in tomorrow and be like, I'm not the reason we lost. last
Right.
night. Yeah.
right.
You give yourself a
I'm going.
out.
Tatum is my entry.
I
Okay.
picked the first time we did this. I picked Desmond Bain. He finished with 19 points. I'm still hearing about it.
Yeah.
I still, I'm out walking the streets and people are throwing milkshakes at me.
Yeah.
How dare you, Titus? I don't want to live with that shame.
I don't know why you
So
walk the
I-
streets of Milkshake Land. That's such a
So-
stupid place to go.
I don't want that shame. I'm going chalk as well. Give me AJ Green.
Oh, wow.
No, give me, you're going Tatum. I'll go Paolo in the same game. Give me Paolo Banchero.
We got a high
We're
five.
building
on
the
desk.
foundation now.
Are we doing 4 or 3? How many are we doing?
We'll do 5.
We'll do
We're
5.
doing 5.
We'll go crazy with
Brandon
it.
and I are building the foundation. Go a little bit crazier as we go.
You want me to get? You
The
want me to
foundation
get,
is
Go a little
laid,
bit,
boys.
Connor, you get a little bit crazier than I got.
I have one that might be a little bit more out there.
You want to leave the foundation to the rest, and you can go out there.
You want to save your?
It's not
yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, so if somebody has somebody who's
You want to top the cherry with this Sunday, boy?
sure. Yeah.
That's not. That you didn't say that right.
That was, yeah.
I haven't had my morning coffee.
Give me Carl Anthony Towns.
Can't put a Sunday. on
that's
top of
more
a cherry.
reasonable. That's more reasonable.
Carl
Carl.
Anthony Towns is
Yeah.
20 plus.
All right.
So we're going Tatum, Banchero,
Paolo, yeah.
Towns. TJ. Who's going to be the juicer though?
That's Connor. Connor's gonna bring it home.
You got to bring it home with the
Yeah,
juice,
with the
Connor.
juice.
Can I take Franz Wagner?
I like that.
Well, yeah, but that's in your game.
That isn't my game,
That's on your team.
but
We're gonna go.
yeah, do a different one. Do a different.
Okay. Can I take?
Do the Nuggets Clippers.
Oh yeah.
Pick somebody
Can I
from the Nuggets
take
Clippers.
Do it.
Kawhi
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
or a market.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Take
Big.
Kawhi.
Big.
Now
man.
that's fucking crazy. If Kawhi Leonard scoring 20 points, can you imagine?
Is Connor going to do something? Connor, I think you got to do something crazy.
Connor, get whacked.
I think you got to get like
Get wacky,
so
man.
wacky.
Connor, you gotta call your shot. You gotta snipe.
This has got to be
You
like a
gotta snipe this
legacy
one,
type
yeah.
pick.
So I was between 2: Norman Powell, Kristaps Porzingis.
Whoa.
I like Porzingis.
This dude don't give an F about nothing.
Since TJ is going with a Clipper, I'll go with Kristaps.
Wow.
That'll be the sprinkle.
Wow.
3 plus 316.
For the entire parlay.
Mhm.
Stone cold.
What?
Wow, that's pretty
Wait,
crazy.
Tatum, Bankero, Towns, Jokic, Porzingis.
What?
I like
All
it. We
scored
gotta see one go through.
Yeah.
This
It's a long playoff.
yeah.
Very worldly though.
Yeah.
It's a very worldly.
We started. It's like we started. Oh, for what did we actually start? 0 for 3.
We're 0 for 2 so far?
Yeah. So we got to call timeout, draw
Yeah.
up a play,
I'm out of timeout.
get us something going to the rim. You know, maybe draw a foul, hit a couple free throws. That's what we're doing with this parlay. We're gonna hit that tonight. All right. Thank you, DraftKings.
The Stanley Cup playoffs. How often are you able to check in on that?
I checked in. So last night the Heat Cavs game was stinky doo doo pants.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, well, this is a good opportunity to watch some hockey until the Warriors Rockets game.
Those games weren't close last night either, right? There was a 4-2 and a 6-2, I think.
Yeah, so I threw on Avalanche Stars.
Yeah.
I did this. I turned the game on. I go,
Here we go.
let's get some hockey.
Mhm.
2-2 series, going to Dallas. This is going to be awesome. And then the Stars scored 9 seconds into the game.
Mhm.
And it wasn't over. You know, hockey isn't – it's not like the game is over when a guy scores 9 seconds in a game. But then the Stars – I forget how – would they get up 3-0, something like that?
Yeah.
And it was never really close. It was never really – and then I bailed and watched basketball. So there's your answer.
The two best series or the best series in all of sports right now are the Oilers and Kings. That motherfucker is great. That one's good. I wrote it down. The Blues, Jets, Knights, Wild, those are all 2-2, whatever. But this fucking Panthers Lightning series, if somebody pulls out a gun and shoots somebody else in the next game, I wouldn't be shocked. These
Blood on
motherfuckers
glass?
are they're killing each other out
Yeah.
there. They're hitting each other late. They're knocking each other's face on the ice. It's fucking nasty out
I love it. I love it.
I love it, Maggle.
I think next round I'll lock in. It's hard. There's too many playoff. There's too many
Yeah.
playoff. Too much playoff overload. So
The-
I gotta like. There's always basketball on. There's always like multiple basketball games. But then it starts to get a little more staggered.
Not to
And I'll check in on hockey.
not to go back to basketball, but the entire East could be moved on to the second round tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the Cavs already closed out, and then all three home teams are favored to close out tonight, and that
Wow.
we could be just right on to the second
I
round.
think the East is. I think the East is very interesting actually. And
I think now it will be.
Yeah.
After it gets down to the East four, I think it'll
I
be
think
very
Pacers,
interesting.
Cavs. The Celtics will probably just smoke the Knicks, right?
The Knicks have a habit
Knicks
of
aren't-
making
the
the
Knicks can't beat
series
good
interesting.
teams. They can't beat good teams.
I just think they can make it interesting. That's all. I think they could steal one in Boston and go back to New York. Maybe you got a split series, and then you got something.
yeah.
That feels like their MO of making a series closer than it really is. And the Pacers, I think, could beat the Cavs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they will, but I think they
Oh,
have,
yeah.
they have a puncher's chance.
Pacers are sneaky.
I think the Pacers to win the East if you're a betting man, is not the worst thing you could do in
They're
the world.
sneaky. Sneaky.
Anyway, I went back to basketball, and I apologize.
I feel like the Celtics Magic. I'm just like looking at the spreads for that game, and I'm like looking back on how big the gap of spreads were on like 1 through 8 seeds in the past. I feel like it's not as big a gap maybe between the 1 and 8 seed, even though we saw like the 2 and the 7, I guess.
Yeah.
Like with the presumed best team and the presumed one of the 7 or 8 seeds, I feel like the gap between the bottom half of the playoffs has at least closed a little bit. Regardless,
So you're saying the Magic, the gap between the Celtics and Magic is lesser than
like I don't know. I think about
What?
the Magic in 2020 when they played the Bucks, and I was like, they had this. Why were we even playing this? Whereas like I feel like at the Magic, at least they're fighting in this series. You know?
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if the NBA.
I think they're a pretty good team, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a NBA thing where this hard cap, these aprons that everyone's always talking about. Everyone's talking about throwing on the aprons. If it's like, is that closing a playoff gap?
Is he talking? Is
Is
he cooking?
Is that closing down the
That's
gap
not
of
about
talent?
the
We're talking
WNBA?
about, oh, bitch, you cooking?
No. It's not a kitchen apron. The luxury cap apron.
Mm-hmm.
You know the aprons. Are you familiar with the aprons, Brandon?
Do you know how the aprons work?
No,
though?
I don't think
Yeah.
it's sold. I don't think it's sold
Yeah.
does, but
Bird rights.
they're
I keep
bird rights.
teasing. It would be the most boring show we've ever done, but I keep like it's just rattling around in my brain that we should do a contract show.
Yeah.
Should we get
Where
a
we
salary
just,
cap
like-
expert here?
Yeah, where we all get assigned.
Jennifer Garner from Draft Day.
Like, I'll take baseball arbitration.
Arbitration?
Arbitration.
Arbitration.
See, I got a lot to learn. Arbitration.
We need an arbitrationist here.
You take the supplemental draft of the NFL, and you take bird rights, you take the second apron.
All right, we're gonna need multiple guys on the NBA.
You take
The NBA is the one that has the craziest shit.
what was the NBA? The NFL draft had compensatory picks.
Yeah.
Somebody take that.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do a show where we explain to everybody what all this shit is. We'll half-ass it, obviously, like we always do.
Are we doing baseball? Because they're drafting and picks,
Yeah.
and so that gets crazy too.
Is there anything in the NHL like that? I mean, is it just that we're so naive to the NHL that we don't know about it?
No, I think
is there like a?
There's a lot of two-way contracts and shit like that. There's a lot of funky
Yeah.
shit there.
I mean, they
too.
got college kids that are under contract, which is bizarre.
Yeah, then they got.
They can get
that's
called
right,
up whenever,
That's right.
from
Like
what
they'll-
it seems.
they'll-
I think
like,
the
they'll get
Blackhawks.
draft-
The Blackhawks called up 2 guys from Minnesota. As soon as Minnesota lost in the NCAA, they were just like, "All right, come up here,"
Yeah.
and they just went straight in and started playing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I went with Blutman, and he was trying to explain it. He's like, "Yeah, these guys just got here." I said, "We're in April. Like, we're in March."
The NBA used to work that way, right? Didn't they used to have the rights to guys while they were?
Yeah, that's how
Right?
Bird and I think Bird.
Yeah, Bird had,
Bird got drafted the year before he played,
which is really confusing because now Bird rights is something completely different.
I don't fucking know.
But back in the day, the Celtics had Bird's rights. Isn't that right?
That's birds' rights, not
if you
bird
were
rights.
if you were a Celtics fan watching,
Bird is birds, the bird of birds.
if you were a Celtics fan watching the 1979 NCAA tournament, you were cheering for Indiana State because you were watching your
It's our
guy, right?
Yeah,
Right?
pretty sure.
I don't know, man.
I think he was in the '78 draft. Then he went back and played another year. I think.
I don't know, man.
The WNBA is the one that figures out the most.
No way, no. How could we possibly figure out what draft Larry Bird was in?
WNBA has their draft like 3 days after the women's Final Four and says, "All right, come on,
Yeah.
let's go play." Of course, nobody sees it because it's women playing basketball, but we love it here. And mostly, are you guys sharing knowing glances over there? Was there a signal between you two?
No, it was 1978.
Bird was 1978.
Yeah.
Oh, we nailed it.
I'm reading up. There's also full bird rights, early bird rights, and non-bird rights. So
Early Bird rights is you get a discount.
At Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're over 65.
Old Country Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you, yeah.
You know what? I'm feeling it. Let's do a WNBA. Let's do it.
You want to do one?
do one.
Preseason does start Friday, so it makes
Let's
a lot
do
of
WNBA.
sense to do it now. It does make a lot of
I like to sneak them in there so that
Hold on, go back, TJ. I just saw you pull that up, the relevant information. Selected by Boston Celtics, 6th overall pick. In his second year, Bird elected to stay in college. Yeah. I don't know. Do we like that? I think I like that. I think NBA should bring that back.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna go back. Nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah, but,
But-
they keep the same rules. You can't come to the NBA until you're 19
I think more
or whatever. But
you can
we
draft
can
an
draft you.
18-year-old?
Yeah, you can draft like a 14-year-old, but then you still got to go through the whole process of.
That's what soccer does, right? Don't they get the right
I
for,
think
like,
so.
kids?
Yeah, but nobody watches soccer, so we don't care about their rules.
Nobody watches soccer.
Nobody watches soccer.
Nobody watches soccer. I don't give a fuck about. Freddie Adu was playing when he was what,
Nobody
14,
watches
15?
soccer, this
Mark
guy.
saved the crew.
I saved the fucking crew, dude.
I think people, if they brought that back, people would get drafted, and then like if you didn't want to play for the Jazz this year, you'd go back to Duke, and then maybe
Yeah.
next year the Jazz are in a better spot, and then you go to the Jazz.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
a bad. That'd be a really shitty thing for the Jazz.
Sure.
Yeah, but
How would you ever get better if you're the
that's what
Jazz?
they're-
Flag,
risk.
Cooper Flag wouldn't be drafted by the Jazz. Who was
You would tell you
The
that.
Hornets or the
last
Wizards?
year's pick? He would have been drafted by
The Hawks.
The Hawks last year. Surely, right?
You went from a Hawk to a Jazz.
Like they would have just drafted Cooper Flag and then been like, "Come join it, go do a year at Duke, and we'll meet up with you later."
Have we done the lottery yet? No, right?
No.
Okay.
The draft lottery is
Chicago.
next Monday,
Okay. All right.
or 2 Mondays from now.
Yeah, I think I want the NBA to do that.
That
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You just draft anybody. Oh, we're doing it.
Oh boy, fever.
I got nothing.
I should step out that quick.
I mean, there's no Chicago Sky.
I mean,
You
you
know
start with
I mean,
Minnesota points is Maya Moore, right?
but is she also Minnesota rebounds?
Oh, that's Simone Augustus.
Ace's points would be.
Uh,
That's Asia Wilson, right? Asia Wilson's probably there. Asia Wilson's at 4,000,
Got
but
it,
she's
you
going to be
gotta assume.
rebounds too.
you got to assume
You got to maybe 2,000.
Kelsey
rebounds.
Plum could be rebounds.
No, I think Kelsey
Or-
Plum would be points. Maybe you do Asia Wilson for rebounds.
Am I doing this?
How long is
Oh,
Kelsey?
hold on,
Plum
hold on.
play?
Hold on,
on,
Simone Augustus. Is she a guard though? What would she play?
No, she was a three, right?
We can get
Yeah,
the
right, she
Mercury.
probably has
we can get
rebounds.
Mercury pretty easy, Titus.
Yeah, Mercury.
Oh, everybody just chill out.
I
We're
feel
going to
like
get this. We're
those
going to
are
get
the-
this.
Try to
those
get some
are-
free spaces.
Well, we're just trying to do some Mike and drills
Yeah.
under the basket.
Yeah,
The
let's get
Mercury-
Oh, Mercury points
Yeah.
is Taurasi, right? But it could be
that's-
rebounds too.
That's what we're trying to get.
That's what we were.
But you didn't say it.
That's what we
But
were
we also
setting
got-
up to say. We didn't say it
Why
because
is
you cut us
everybody?
off.
Why is everybody at each other's throats? Let's just do this
Because
together.
we were trying to do it. You said, hold up, and then
Well, hold up.
That's what we were about to
Hold up.
say.
I'm going to say
we can
this.
also get Brittany
It's a
Griner for
Brandon
rebound.
hour. It's
Wait
a
a
Brandon
minute.
Walker hour right now.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hold up.
All right.
Why is
You
your
say
vodka
one.
unending?
All right. Points, Mercury, Diana Taurasi.
Points.
What?
Should we use her for rebounds?
We use
Griner.
Brittany
We
Griner.
keep Brittany
for rebounds.
Griner
She
for
played
rebounds.
for Mercury?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See. I see.
Those are two free
I
spaces.
see, senor.
All right.
Yeah, got it.
You're
There you
Okay.
go. All right.
Okay.
Mercury Fever.
How about Mercury rebounds do Griner?
Well, Mercury fever. What is this? A thermometer?
No.
All right.
What do we? What do we got? A thermometer out here?
I've done my part.
Mercury rebounds Griner.
The Angel of Death.
Is that what they're calling her now?
All right.
Aces rebounds. Would Plum be points? Has she been there long enough?
Plum would have to be points, right?
She's
And
averaging.
Asia, we want to do Plum points.
Yeah,
Asia,
plum points.
And Wilson rebounds?
Wilson rebounds.
Plum.
Could we,
What?
before we press it, see how long she's been in the league? Yeah, that 8 years it should be
Yeah, that
enough
should
to
be
get
fine.
4,000.
Oh my God, Connor!
God damn it,
Why
Connor!
would you say it so confidently?
You just
I said that should be, not that it is.
You said it so confident. Confirm.
I was the only one trying to, maybe push back on that and say, whoa, let's pump the brakes.
You literally said it's good.
Well,
You said push it
Yeah,
through.
that's good.
You didn't push it back. You pushed it through, dude.
I also
Unreal.
didn't say,
Connor,
press it.
Connor, how do you start the whole segment saying I'm out? I got nothing.
And then,
then
you're the
you're
one
the one
that
that
ruined
steps
it.
in to fuck
Because
it
then
up.
you guys get mad at me for not adding any input. I was trying to maybe,
You're
pump
on the
brakes.
bench in street clothes, and somehow the ball ends up in your hands.
Quickly.
How does that happen?
How could Quigley be at every one of them? Does she play for every team?
It's always Quigley. She's always on that.
What team? She was the answer for 2 of those.
Who could we have said that would have gotten it right for the 4,000 points aces?
Wilson.
Asia Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have rebounds at that point.
Obviously.
Tina
And then
Charles.
we could have done Tina. It's always Tina Charles.
Always fucking Tina Charles.
Happy Pondexter.
Connor,
Is anybody studying this shit?
Connor, go
Is
study
anybody trying to
this.
get better?
Go study like 3 things.
No, I think that takes away from the
right.
fun.
No, I want to get one. Who's trying to get better? Ebo, try to get better.
I know all the Sky.
No, you don't. No,
Yes, I
you
do.
don't. That's a misnomer.
I've never missed a Sky.
You missed a Sky.
Ever since I
You have missed a Sky.
ever since I said I'll never miss a Sky again, I have not missed a
You
Sky.
say you're 100% on Sky?
I don't know when the moment was. It was a couple months ago. We've had the Sky on like 3 times. I've gotten every single one.
So you before then you were missing Sky all the time.
I'm not sure, but that was before Angel Reese really took over my life. So I would say
Oh! Have you seen the flyer going around for her 23rd birthday party in Chicago?
no.
That's
Wait,
coming
what?
up, right?
That's coming up. See if you can find the flyer for Angel Reese's
You gotta
23rd.
go.
We got to get you there.
You got to get out.
We're gonna try to use our.
Are we seeing on like telephone poles? What do you mean flyer?
I just seen it online.
Yeah.
But if I could get you in that building, if we could get you in that building, would you go?
Yeah, I'd go. You kidding me?
Angel Reese's 23rd birthday celebration.
You know what? If you go to this thing, you know where you got to go first?
Where?
Sport Clips.
Yeah,
Get looking fresh.
I think I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Sport Clips isn't just where you get a haircut. It's your playbook for looking fresh. Walk in, catch the game, and sit back while the pros in men's hair handle the rest. And when you're done, walk out feeling like you're ready to take on anything. No hassle, no surprises, just a solid cut every time. It's simple, it's easy, and it's made for guys who want to feel like they've got the home field advantage. And if you want to track your real-time wait times, download the app and check in online. Sport Clips, the haircut experience, dialed in for guys. It's a game changer. Sport Clips. I keep fucking up my wardrobe, dude. I'm so hot right now.
You're not.
This is
oh yeah.
Terrani's boy, Nick. I think his name is Nick. I think Nick has a friend named Nick.
Oh, the guy that came in last week.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah,
You can't have a friend with the same name. I think his name was Nick, right? Did you meet him?
I did. He brought me to Mississippi.
Yeah, he got the vintage store in Cleveland, and he hooked me up. He just gave me this, and I was like, well, I got to wear this week. And then I thought today was supposed to be not cold, but
I think when you leave
slightly
here,
like yesterday was hot, and I thought today was going to be like a little more
it's
mild.
switching at like noon.
Oh, really?
When you leave here, it's gonna be like 62 degrees.
All right, well, that's what I dressed for, and then now I'm sweating balls, dude.
Pulp Vintage.
Pulp Vintage, yeah, this is our guy. Yeah, he hooked me up. He hooked me up with a.
Gave me a Yankee shirt on my way out. Wear it on Sunday.
I wanted to wear it, and then now I'm just sweating and I'm a mess. And then last week I tried to debut my shorts and I was freezing. I can't figure it out, man.
It's tricky. It's tricky out there.
This weather, man.
Here we go, Connor.
Angel Reese Y2K 23rd birthday party.
Y2K vibes only from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m.
May 3rd, dude.
This thing is 7 minutes away. And if there are tickets available, I'll absolutely buy one.
Wait, where is it being held?
Hidden Gem. It's on Division. It's
You
Wicker
got-
Park.
You got to get there.
I'll look into tickets right now.
Different price for women and male tickets.
Also, you got to go by yourself.
I'm not gonna fucking bring anybody. You kidding me?
How much do you think a ticket is without looking at it?
I'm gonna say a ticket's $200.
50 to 3,000.
Oh, get a table.
Women GA $60.
Women.
Yeah, what about?
Was that rookie
Wait.
section?
And GA $100.
Oh my god, I could cough that up probably.
Don't worry about that. We got
We'll take care of it.
we got you.
Yeah.
I will say Mexican Star Wars Day is draining my bank right now.
Here.
What? Yeah, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that.
Got you.
I got two.
Where's 400?
You think it's open bar? No, it can't be open bar.
Goat section, dude. 10 people, goat section. Come on, please. Can we all go?
Can we be in the coat section at the Angel Reese White?
I can't go to the
birthday?
Angel Reese 23rd birthday party.
No, we
Goat
can't.
section.
That's a Connor
Right.
exclusive.
Wait.
You
May,
go, you report back.
May 3rd is Saturday.
This Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Kentucky
Saturday.
Derby Day.
You got something?
No.
By the way, we are tomorrow recording. I don't want to give too much away, but I think we can tell the people. We should give them a heads up that the Mexican Star Wars show on Monday will be pre-recorded because we got to go to Scottsdale for the bet gala. Brandon and I, and who else is going? Just us two on the show.
Just us two. And the whole company, I think. They're throwing
And then
it for us.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a work event, and
you're not invited.
you
yet.
guys.
Yeah.
No, you're not invited.
Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, sorry. You can maybe fit in my suitcase if you want to try it that way.
Carry on.
Yeah.
We can test it after the show.
So we're going to record Monday's show tomorrow after the Yak, and Connor Griffin has a little pep in his step walking around these parts. He's got a little. He's feeling good. He's confident, and I don't know. There are some suggestions that it might be as far as I know, the assignment was Mexican Star Wars. There are some suggestions that it might be another murder mystery. I don't know that to be true. I don't have a confirmation, but the way Connor is behaving leads me to believe that there might be some sort of mystery element. All I know for sure is it is on Cinco de Mayo, and it is the day after Star Wars Day, so we will get a Mexican Star Wars special on Monday, and we're filming it tomorrow.
I was very disappointed this morning when I asked him, "Hey Connor, is this going to be racist?" And he said no.
But he did pause.
But you do have 24 hours to fix it.
You did pause a little bit, which
I mean,
he goes, meh, no.
yeah,
Yeah, there will be
a little bit.
there will be some things that people absolutely could view as
Good,
I
good,
suppose.
good.
And like, I'm not saying like let's get racist, but like there's room to. I'm going to stop talking.
I'm not saying let's get racist, but there's room.
No, it's going to be.
Cody, quote card, please.
I
Let's
was
get racist.
I was going for an authentic Mexican experience.
Time. An authentic Mexican Star Wars experience.
Correct. I'm very excited.
And that is what?
Well, you'll see. Well, you guys will see tomorrow, and then the audience will see.
Is the script
on
100% done?
The script is done. Yes, the overall story is done. It's just a matter of figuring out the in between parts and getting from A to B. What's up, Ebo?
Yeah. Do you think we should?
That's called a script.
We should wait probably to do this till Mexican Independence Day is celebrated in Chicago because we're celebrating a bit early. They celebrate Mexican Independence Day in September in Chicago.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Oh.
So we should probably wait because I know Connor probably
This
has a
is
lot.
Star Wars
Yeah.
Day.
This is Mexican Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Huh.
What? There's
Star
no
Wars.
Chicago in the Star Wars universe.
Star Wars.
Is there?
No.
Wow.
There is a Mexico though, as we will find out.
There is a Mexico.
There's
no Chicago, but there is a Mexico.
and
The
for
question is Mexico a country on a planet, or is Mexico a planet in this new universe?
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
no
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
All right, okay, all right.
We've
Also-
teased it enough.
for the
We will all find out together.
for the people who might be mad that it's pre-recorded, we can assure you that it will feel like a regular episode. We're recording it as if it's live tomorrow.
I don't think people will be mad.
No.
I think people will be
Yeah,
fine with it.
and otherwise we might not have had a show on Monday anyways.
Yeah, we don't want to make a habit of that with this show, but there are certain circumstances that led to this, and so we like to do the show live. Anything can happen. You never know. Ref Rob might come busting through the door.
Yeah.
And Yes, we like doing it live, but this was a special circumstance, and we're gonna record it tomorrow.
It'll still
See what
feel like
happens.
a fully live episode.
Can I tell you about Chevy real quick?
Please do.
We're sponsored by our good friends at Chevy. If trucks got drafted, Chevy would be the first pick every single year, completely bust-proof and full of grit, power, and dependability, plus 100 years of experience getting the job done. They're scouted, they're touted, and with the stats to back it up, Chevy trucks have earned more dependability awards for trucks than any other brand, according to J.D. Power 2025. Sounds like they have the stats to prove it. When you're on the clock, you'll want a pick that won't let you down. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Draft yours at Chevy.com and visit jdpower.com/awards for more award details. Again, when you're on the clock, you'll want a pick that won't let you down. And in every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Draft yours at Chevy. Are you stopping me during an ad, Connor?
I was going to tack on to that. You asked me if I would like a car.
Draft
earlier
yours
in
at
the show.
Chevy.com.
A Chevy truck I would love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Mexican Star Wars is a hit, maybe we'll work on that.
They should.
I
they
love
should-
Chevy.
Are there Chevy trucks in the Star Wars universe? Because I
that
want
would
one in
be
the Star Wars.
awesome.
I'd like to drive a Chevy truck in Wednesday's episode, Monday's episode.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Connor, I have a sports topic I want to get to, but while I'm here, while we're talking about Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't get to it yesterday. Again, Ref Rob took 30 minutes from us, and it was delightful and great. But
That's awesome.
Nikki Smokes over the weekend tweeted, you can make the argument, Attack of the Clones is the best Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have never really watched much Star Wars. I'm not really aware of it. But I think that might be ludicrous. I think most people believe Attack of the Clones is probably the worst of the mainline Star Wars movies. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I have it as my second worst. I still love it.
What is your worst?
Phantom Menace. I think Attack of the Clones is slightly better, but there are a bunch of people who flip them. You can make an argument for any Star Wars movie being the best. I would look at you differently if you're.
You could not make an argument Attack of the Clones is the best Star Wars movie. You just
Technically, yeah, you could make it could be a bad argument. I
can make an argument that Connor is the best person on Mostly Sports. Nobody would believe it.
This isn't even close to being the best Star Wars movie, in my opinion.
I don't like this precedent.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
He's just
You're just
agreeing.
letting
Smokes is
letting Nikki Smokes produce the show.
Smokes is a Star Wars guy.
What, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I don't like this precedent.
Oh, my bad. I thought we did Smoke Sweets.
Well, I know, and I don't like the precedent. I don't like
It is a precedent. We've done Smoke Sweets before.
We did the comparisons. We do and then even then we realized this is too much Smokes. Now Smokes is just
I'm fascinated by Nicky Smokes. Sue me.
What
I don't
part
like
is
the
fascinating to
He's
you?
a delightful idiot. He's a moron.
You're famously very fond of them.
Well, yeah, but he's okay.
Why do you choose this GIF, you think?
Yeah, you say it like that, huh?
you
You say GIF
every time.
Well, it's
And
graphic. Is
Right. Then that's GIF.
that'd be GIF.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It is the hottest anybody's ever been in Star Wars. Is Natalie Portman in that movie?
Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
So, I'll leave it on that.
I brought this up in the group chat last night. Ebo, last year, and the White Sox right now are 7 and whatever. They're absolutely terrible. They're an awful baseball team. But last year we watched the White Sox futility from start to finish of how awful they were. What did they end up at 39? I can't remember exactly.
And right now they're the worst team in America.
But the Colorado Rockies. I feel like this is going underreported of how fucking historically bad they are. Is they're 4 and 24?
Yeah.
They're
Bad.
They're at a worse pace than the White Sox were last year.
They're the only team that is legitimately their season's over before May 1st.
There's no hope with them, right? Like there's no.
They might.
What happened to?
They could push for the record because their division's loaded.
Yeah, everyone in their division. They haven't
Right?
really played their division that much, I don't believe.
What is the record? What is the modern record?
The White Sox
The
last
White
year
Sox
was
almost
50
got it. They
No,
almost
they
got it.
they
last-
said it
They did
last
said it.
year.
The White Sox literally said it last year. I have a bad memory. Why are
Yeah,
we
the White Sox.
Yeah, they're on pace to win 24 games. They're on pace.
Sorry, the 1962 Mets won 40, but they didn't play.
They didn't play.
They
full
didn't lose 121
Okay.
because they had a tie.
Yeah, the division they're in is fucking loaded. That can't be good.
No.
They haven't even started really playing those teams.
Yeah,
So what happened to Colorado Rocky baseball? Did it just? I know it's been a gradual slide to the bottom, but like there's just no hope out there. They got there's no prospect that's going to save them or anything. It feels like they just rocketed to the bottom and nothing's going on with them.
They, from my understanding, as a guy that goes to one Rockies game a year, it is not a baseball team. It is the world's largest outdoor bar, is Coors Field.
So people, it's
they
got the
don't-
Wrigley conundrum.
A little bit, yeah.
People are gonna
They're-
go
yeah,
regardless?
Yeah. People are gonna go to the games and just like have a beer on the porch, on the fucking, what do they call it? Is that
the deck.
That's the
something
deck. The fucking the
On the 300.
situation on the situation in right field.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you get the general admission ticket. You're just at the bar drinking beers. You can see the mountains. I don't actually they might have built some shit in the way that you can't see the mountains. But you used to be able to just, you're up in the 300 level drinking some beer. You got the mountains, the sun setting over the mountains over there. You
Oh
don't give
my
a
God.
fuck what's going on the field. And yeah, I guess they don't really want to spend money. And then when they do want to spend money, it's on Chris Bryant, who's broken down. His
Yeah.
body's just completely broken down and can't do anything. Yeah, it's just a mixture of bad decisions and also like just not giving a fuck. And I don't know how much the fans give a fuck, to be honest. I think the fans are kind of just broken at this point. I'm not blaming them. I'm saying that like I think this has gone on long enough that the Rockies fans even are just kind of like we don't have.
Checked out on
And
them.
the way that like White Sox Dave, you talked to him about the White Sox, and he's just like, I'm just kind of checked. I think that's the whole fan base for the Rockies. And the ones that are still going don't care about wins and losses. They just want to drink a beer or try to get the mascot's attention.
I know how
Picture.
we can save the Rockies.
Oh, we're gonna save Colorado
Yes,
Rockies.
we're gonna save all of Colorado with this idea.
the whole state.
Yes.
Okay, what have you got? This is big.
We're gonna destroy the humidor.
Oh, we're gonna unleash the baseballs again.
Mhm.
We're gonna unleash hell.
Yeah, we're gonna unleash some hell.
Why would they ever have tried to tamp that down? Even when they had the humidors back in the day, they were still scoring a bunch of runs. Is that still a thing, by the way? It doesn't feel like.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still like a very high scoring stadium.
But they don't have the sluggers anymore to market it like
no.
the Blake. They weren't the Blake Street Bombers, were they? Who was the Blake Street Bombers? Were they the Blake Street Bombers?
Yeah,
They were, right?
I think that's
They were the Blake Street
I think
Bombers?
that's Blake Street in
Yeah. Okay.
Denver. I
I
think
don't know why that memory just popped up in
Blake
my head
Street
right now.
Bombers.
Yeah, it was.
That sounds right.
It was Galarraga,
That sounds right. Yeah.
Benny
Blake Street
Castilla,
Bombers.
Dante Bichette, Ellis Burks. I'm missing a big one.
Yeah, like let's just
Todd Helton.
roid everybody up in the minor leagues. Say,
Yes.
Say fuck the humidor.
Yes.
Rockies.
Make it like a Savannah Bananas experience.
I
where you
fucking
go and
love
see,
the
like 90 homers.
The name of the Rockies. I love the branding. I love the field.
I love
I
the
love-
pinstripe uniforms.
The stadium is downtown.
Is it?
It makes all of it makes so much sense that they should be better, and they just don't give a fuck.
Larry Walker, not Todd Helton.
Oh yeah, Helton was a little later. You're right.
Anyway, 4-24.
That's awful. That's bad.
Is this? Are you more likely to pay attention to the Rockies? How bad they are? Because
Yeah,
I
but
might be.
It's not good attention, no. Like last year,
it's
we
not,
paid attention
but-
to the White Sox, and
right.
But now I'll say
But I'm gonna check. I mean, like in 2 weeks, I'm gonna check on the Rockies.
the White Sox have snuck right back down to the bottom again. They're 7 and like 21 or something. They're right back down at the bottom. I think your bet's in trouble. 'Cause
I know.
both your teams are in last place.
They started 2-2. The White Sox did. We'll always have that. They were tied for first
But imagine
after 4 games. They were tied for first in the AL Central.
the odds you could get it at now.
I might have to take a look.
I mean, shit.
Is cash
do
out
a-
still 450?
Should I do a? Yeah, cash out is still 450. I checked this morning.
Imagine if that guy never tore his hamstring around in third.
Yeah, cash out's
Mike
450, dude. I got them sweating a little bit. Like they're not.
Yeah.
They're
not
'cause-
completely
'cause
off
the
the board,
Marlins
yeah.
Marlins are still in the mix, ish. The Marlins are still sneaky, not ass.
They still got contact with the 4th place team, I think. Whereas
Marlins
the White
still-
Sox don't.
Do the Marlins still have a path? I know the Mets are good, but you know maybe
the Braves are going to get going.
Yeah, I think
soon.
the
Marlins only 7.5 back.
Yeah.
I mean that's that's
not that
doable.
bad.
What if they just get hot?
I think the Marlins have a path.
The Marlins still technically have a path. The White Sox are 10.5 back. Yeah, the Tigers are having a good year, by the way.
Tigers are good.
Tigers
Their
are really
pitching is
good.
unbelievable.
Tigers are.
Javi Baez also, I don't know,
Is he playing good?
sneaky playing center field, Brandon.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew he was playing
He's,
outfield.
he's playing, of course, for the Detroit Tigers.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah, and everybody knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody certainly knew that. That Javi Baez.
Who he play for?
Everybody knew Javi Baez was still in the majors. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
So I don't even know why I brought that up.
Is Rizzo playing this year? He didn't resign
No.
with the Yankees,
No.
right?
I
So
don't think
Rizzo's
he did,
out?
yeah.
Is he the first one of those
Rizzo's
three?
out.
Well, yeah.
But he's not out.
If you expanded it, there was a guy that got tossed out a little earlier.
So Schwarber still going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Second baseman, Addison Russell.
Oh, Addison Russell. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he did. He got
wasn't-
tossed out early.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He got the boot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Schwarber's probably got the most longevity of
Of being good.
yeah.
Schwarber's a free agent this year, right? after the season?
I don't know. He's like always a free agent in my mind.
Yeah, I think he might be a free agent after
I
this.
think
season.
Schwarber
Can bring him home.
I think Schwarber hits my favorite home runs in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Schwarber.
he doesn't half-ass hit home runs. They're all.
Is he a free agent, Connor?
I'm looking into it right now.
See if go ahead and look this up for me. Is Kyle Schwarber a free agent?
Yeah.
Who he play for?
Free agent.
Yeah. Plays for the Phillies. Yeah, after the season, he's a free agent.
Wow.
Yes.
Ebo mentioned them briefly right there. The Savannah Bananas,
Sold out Clemson, 81,000 people.
Dabo
Yeah.
Sweeney running them down the hill. It was something.
Dabo showed up to get
I haven't-
attention.
show me
I didn't know that.
It was something.
Show me some clips.
Also,
I haven't
we-
seen any of this.
we
I knew
talked
it was
about-
They
happening.
did the
but I
bus.
haven't seen
They did
that.
the bus thing that Clemson does. They did the rock. They did all the Clemson.
We talked
There you
about the ability to hit a home run. They tried to hit it through the uprights in batting practice.
Clemson feels like the right place to do this.
It really does. They're like the Savannah
Told me to
Bananas
pick
of
one-
college football.
One college football program to do this. I would pick Clemson.
81,000.
Look at that. It is sold the fuck out.
I brought this up last year when the White Sox were dog shit. It seemed like a crazy question. I'm gonna just keep bringing it up. Would you rather be
Why did Dabo take his shirt out like that?
the worst player on the Colorado Rockies this season or the best player, the biggest star on the Savannah Bananas?
Oh, boy.
It's
Stilts? Would you rather be
You know what, though?
Stilts?
You say that.
Which would you rather be?
You say that, but who is the biggest star on Savannah Bananas? You don't know. Name one Savannah Banana. We can't do it.
probably Coach Rack.
Yeah.
I
Max
can't name a
Olson.
Savannah Banana.
I've been
Point
seeing
taken.
nonstop Savannah Bananas content on my feed.
Name one Colorado
Field
Rocky.
is, the left field is so fun.
Fair.
My rebuttal to that is name one Colorado Rocky.
The left field is so funny.
Did you know that they treat this like Saturday Night Live? They probably didn't for this one.
Meaning.
And
In what way?
I saw a clip of the guy in the yellow tux. Again, it's been nonstop on my feed. And he was saying that at least earlier on, they treated it like Saturday Night Live, where they would have a rehearsal before the game, and they would bring in like VIPs, and they would
time out. I gotta take a timeout.
Yep.
I gotta take a timeout.
we got a timeout on the floor. Hey, 20 or full?
This might need to be a full.
Full.
Are you under the impression that Saturday Night Live invented the rehearsal?
No, but
The concept
no.
Rehearsing a show?
No. I'm saying
I didn't notice that. Yeah, he was Saturday Night Live as an example.
no. The way Lorne Michaels and Saturday Night Live would do it, where they have dress before the show on Saturday night. They
Like
bring
every
they-
show. Like every
That's like every play that's ever. I'm pretty sure when I was in 4th grade, and we were doing like a Christmas play. We would do that.
No, but they're bringing in an audience, and then they're seeing how the audience reacts to certain things, and then they're scratching. Okay, well that didn't work, but this really worked. Let's move this up. So the Savannah Bananas will do that, or at least they were to start. They were doing that same thing where they would have a dress rehearsal game in front of fans. They'd say, "Yeah, that trick play really didn't work. Yeah, let's not do that," and then they would play the game actually afterwards.
Are they also run by like a dude who's 95 years old and is supposed to have his finger on the pulse of what young people in this country find funny and interesting, and he gets absolute power and vetoing everything? Like Saturday Night Live is now?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe somebody could fact check me on that. I saw an interview where he was talking about it.
All right.
11 home runs.
11 home runs is awesome.
So I guess I gotta.
Sitting 120 feet away feels.
But sitting 500 feet away, or whatever that is, 700 feet away.
Do
How?
these guys get
Yeah, definitely.
What?
They're thirst
Is it-
trapping.
How did he know what the question was?
Because I know Titus.
okay?
They're thirst trapping heavy.
Who do you think gets more Colorado Rockies or gets more?
What are they gonna do? They're getting Clemson 40-year-old mom pussy.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be MILFs, right?
Right.
No.
They're getting Facebook
Listen,
pussy.
oh.
No, I know a lot of people who went to Clemson who were very, very excited for the Savannah Bananas coming. My age, very excited.
All right, let's all put it on the table, okay?
Pull off the hat catch in front of 81,000.
I did see someone tweet, like, all right, regular baseball fans, I need to level with you guys for a second. Like, I'm trying to watch it as a regular baseball fan, and I don't get it. Like, why do you guys like the Savannah Bananas? And all I can think about is, like, a guy trying to argue with children. Or, like, he's like, God, like, fuck Sesame Street fans. Like I'm trying to take my regular TV viewing fandom out of the question. But like, why do you guys like Sesame Street?
How can
so
you
much?
watch Sesame Street when Breaking Bad is just right there?
I saw a more serious tweet last night, and I don't know who did it, so I'll just have to paraphrase it. But it was like, guys, this stuff isn't funny anymore. This is actually trying to replace regular baseball, and it's not funny. And the guy was just as stern as he could be tweeting about it. Like he legitimately thinks Savannah Bananas are trying to overtake Major League Baseball.
Connor Thompson in the chat said the party animals were very active in the dating apps in Clemson.
Oh, really?
One of my friends matched with a party animal on Hinge.
No shit. All right.
I mean, it sounds like they're playing the game as the
There we go.
game is presented to them.
I think being
They got Travis Hunter now, so.
Yeah, so there you go. Would you rather be Travis Hunter or on the Colorado Rockies? I guess we got our answer. Those guys, yeah, I feel like those guys have sweet lives, but maybe there's like an expose coming that's like these guys
My question is,
like have the worst, the hardest schedule in the world.
They only work
make
3
like
days a week. They only play 3 days a week.
$51,000 and
are any of
are on the road 300 days a year or something. I don't know.
I'm still a little confused on where the money, like, they now I think have 4 teams, and I think they're expanding to like 8 or 16 teams. Like they keep talking about wanting to do like a big league,
Right.
like a tournament.
Give me a second.
How much money are the players making?
Yeah, I
What
don't
do you
my
got, Brandon? What are you looking up?
I am pulling up 2 rosters on my phone.
Okay.
The Savannah Bananas roster and the
Yeah.
Colorado Rockies roster. And I'm going to say a name, and you tell me if they are
Okay.
Savannah Banana.
Okay, I like this
Rocky or
game.
Nana?
I
All
like
right.
this game.
Jake Bird.
Jake Bird. How do you spell Bird? With a Y or an I?
An I.
Okay. Jake Bird that's a banana if I've ever heard one.
Jake Bird is a Colorado Rocky.
Oh fuck. Rough start.
Kyle Perry.
Kyle Perry. That's a Colorado Rocky.
It's a left-handed pitcher for the Savannah Bananas.
Oh fuck, dude, I'm bad at this.
His guilty pleasure food spot, Panda Express. So this motherfucker's living on the fucking edge.
Okay.
All right. KJ Jackson.
KJ Jackson is definitely a banana. I know him. I think I met him one time.
KJ Jackson is
party
from
in LA?
Bowling Green, Ohio. Fun fact,
Yeah.
he was a theater minor,
Mm-hmm.
which he uses in his job as a utility player for the Savannah Bananas.
Yes, knew that. Yeah.
He posted
I knew
it
I
about
knew I met
rehearsals.
KJ Jackson. Yeah.
Rehearsals.
Oh, this is just like SNL.
Yeah.
What other? Yeah,
This reminds me of when this idea of walking through a show.
Kyle Farmer.
Kyle Farmer is a Colorado Rocky. That's a fact.
That is correct. But now I'm just on the Ty Jackson of the Bananas. His favorite song is Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Correll Prime is a pitcher. His guilty pleasure is eating ice cream. He's also 18 years. No, he's employed. Plays first base. That's not 18. Bill Leroy.
Bill Leroy that's a banana.
His secret talent is he's an excellent breakfast chef. Ladies,
Oh, all right.
you know what that means.
Yeah.
Huh?
How you like your eggs in the morning? Huh?
Reese Alexiadis. Can't live without black
What?
coffee. Eric Jones.
I can't live without black coffee.
Dr. Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember him. Did he play at like Georgia or something?
Dr. Meadows?
Favorite food? Anything pickled. That can't be right.
No, gross.
It can't be your favorite food. Anything pickled.
Do they have heels? Are there guys that are?
I think
that
that's
just
the
come
party
out-
animals, though.
But the party animals seem fun. They seem,
Yeah.
They seem way more fun than the bananas, if I'm being honest.
Well, there's 2 new teams. There's the firefighters and the tailgaters.
And they're talking about expanding to
A league?
Good lord.
Would you rather be on the tailgaters or the Colorado Rockies AAA team?
Dalton Malden's celebrity doppelganger is Shakira.
sold out. Oh,
It's crazy.
they come anywhere.
I'm not surprised by this though. I don't the people that are like, I can't believe this is a thing in this country. I mean,
Chicago?
it sort of makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know. It seems fun.
Starkville.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me why kids would like this.
Well, I mean, it takes a sport everybody likes and adds fun to it. I don't know how that's a bad recipe.
Steven Singer, do you call your mom every day or just on special occasions or once in a blue moon? Steven Singer Jewelers wants to help you tell the moms in your life every single day how appreciated they are. He's introducing his new limited edition 24-karat gold dip blue moon rose for Mother's Day. Skip flowers that die in a week. Steven Singer Jewelers signature gold dipped roses are real roses dipped in real 24-karat gold and are guaranteed to last a lifetime. Give her something she can look at and remember how loved she is all year long. Picture a brilliantly bright blue rose with diamond-like sparkles. This forever gift of a real long-stem 24-karat gold-dipped rose has Steven's full lifetime guarantee. It comes to you in an impressive gift box and your own personalized Mother's Day note. Order now exclusively at IHateStevenSinger.com. Hurry because these will not be restocked and supplies limited. Shipping is always complimentary. That means free. Nothing says I love you like a real, authentic Steven Singer 24-karat gold-dipped rose that lasts forever. Only available from Steven Singer Jewelers in Philly or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Speaking of kids being into weird things.
Yeah. I don't know where this is going.
Segue. Speaking of kids being into things that the rest of us go, huh?
Yeah, sure.
How could a kid be into that? We didn't talk about a kid being into Bill Belichick. Dating. It's the best segue I got. I just wanted to talk about Bill Belichick.
Pretty good.
That was the best. That's the best I could do. We didn't talk about this yesterday. I think we had intention to, and then Ref Rob graced us with his presence. We didn't get a chance to talk about the CBS Sunday Morning interview with Bill Belichick that is taking the nation by storm.
So the interview itself is taking the nation by storm, and then there's reports that there were 30 minutes extra cut out of the interview, that she stormed off at one point.
Yeah.
That she was an absolute menace and a beast at this interview. They released a statement, Belichick, I hope I get ball sacked. I think that's the statement Bill Belichick put out this morning.
That's the statement she put
it out.
Statement
and then she said full statement.
That's not the full statement?
That's not
what the fuck?
This is an email from Belichick to a group of people from April 10th.
And she tagged Taylor Swift song in her post.
Look what you made me do. Yeah.
Spaghetti?
The spaghetti sauce, the bulimia.
Okay, let's break it down, because when the interviewer said, "Hey, where'd you guys meet?"
Yeah,
and she's like,
"We're not talking about it."
Fuck you.
She acted like he asked how many holes
right
are accessible to Bill,
or how much did you cost?
Yeah, how much? Yeah, like
that's what she acted like.
We're not talking about that. It would have been very easy to just be like, yeah, we met on a plane.
Yeah, met on a plane.
And then if he asks a follow up, just be like, yeah, it's a dumb story. We don't really want to tell it today, whatever. But we just kind of met on a plane. We met at a bar, as you do. Just say anything, literally anything.
Anything
other than we will not.
Starbucks, anywhere. Yeah. You could lie.
Yeah.
Like, what's he even talking about? Did you read the statement?
And it happened on.
It's all about the book that I believe that was written about him.
The funniest thing to me is that this happened on the most puff piece positive show. I watch CBS Sunday morning every Sunday. The wife loves it. She throws it on. It is good, wholesome content. Jane Pauley in 49 states. She's just Jane Pauley. Hosts the show.
Wait, which state is she? Not Jane. What? Illinois, where you are, or Indiana, where you're from? Which state is she?
From Indiana.
Oh, is she? Okay.
She's a Hoosier. Yeah, she's from Indianapolis. But the whole show is just feel good shit. It's just here's, for the most part, I don't know, every so often they're just there's a war going on in the Middle East, but here's a feel good angle. I don't know. It's just positive, makes you feel good on a Sunday morning, right? And an interview like this is just, Bill Belichick has a book coming out. Let's just lob a couple easy questions at him.
Yeah. Help him sell the book.
Help him sell the book and get out of here. He'll help us a little bit, because they also try to do here's a little sports story, here's a little politics. I think they opened with the Pope dying. They just cast a wide net, but it's a kind of a positive spin on everything. And the guy just asked, "Where did you meet?" And just everything unraveled. Everything.
Stabbed him in the neck with a razor blade.
He also got caught off guard because he asked the guy asked about Robert Kraft, and he's like, "You didn't. I noticed you didn't mention Robert Kraft." And then Belichick just completely shut down and was just I don't know what to say.
Can I do my impression of Bill Belichick not knowing how to take a question and pausing before answering?
Yeah.
All right. Ask me where me and my wife met.
Where did you meet your wife again?
That is correct.
There you go.
That's my Bill Belichick.
Good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was damn good.
Also, the part about
He narrows his eyes a little bit, and he's like, what the fuck is this dude asking about?
the Instagram pictures.
Yeah. He doesn't know what Instagram is, by the way.
Yeah.
I had no idea. He had no idea what was going on that entire interview.
May I devil's advocate?
I don't think he wrote this book.
May I devil's advocate for just a second?
I don't think that was Bill Belichick.
It's a question. It's a question nobody's asking. Bill Belichick is getting embarrassed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick might be trapped right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick might be in hell right now. Bill Belichick might get his fortune taken for everything he's worth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick is 73 years old.
Mm-hmm.
How good must that stuff feel to him?
Yeah.
How good must it feel?
You're saying despite all that, he might still think
He might be fine.
Yeah, he might just be like,
He might be like, guys, I know my legacy is about to get tarnished. I know my fortune might get taken. I know I'm a fool, but I am 73.
hold off all criticism until you've been sucked like I have. Everybody just
No, I'm just
you've been.
maybe being with a 24-year-old woman is the greatest thing to ever happen to him.
Could be, yeah. I think it was. I think you could work under that assumption, except for the fact that like he's just asked the simplest questions and he just can't.
Yeah.
He just can't function.
He just breaks down.
Like you just see him, he's just completely broken down and isn't sure what to say, and I think that's the part that was.
But I don't know if there's proof he's
concerning.
ever been able to handle regular
That's
questions
true.
about real life.
That's true.
If you ask him about what happened in the game, yeah, he'll do the caddy stuff and he'll do the press conference stuff. He's been asked press conference questions for 50 years. When he's asked, how'd you like lunch, he doesn't know how to answer it.
Does she qualify as a succubus?
Yes.
What is a succubus exactly?
A woman from an evil dimension that spawns in or has a demon inside her that her only purpose is to suck the life out of man.
Why are you so ready with this answer?
A succubus is a female demon who is described in folklore as appearing in the dreams of male humans in order to seduce them.
Because Chef had a succubus.
Who did?
Yeah,
Chef.
yeah,
Donnie?
Chef and South Park.
He
had
did
a-
post. She reposted this onto her Instagram story today. Happy Meetiversary, February 11th, 2021. Which I guess, according to this autograph, was the plane incident.
Thanks for giving a course on logic. Safe travels, Bill Belichick.
Has she branded herself as the Belichick yet?
And then
That's
somebody
good.
pointed
Yeah.
out that he was in a relationship at that time. So maybe that's why they're not talking about it. But
How
relationship ended.
how might you suppose fans of the University of North Carolina football team are handling all this?
She was 20
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
in February
Oh,
2021.
I think he might. Yeah.
And he was wearing a Rutgers hoodie.
What? Why?
He loves Rutgers.
She couldn't drink at the bar.
How are if you're a Carolina football fan, how are you? This would be noteworthy anyway. If Bill Belichick retired and was just like living on the beach somewhere,
Yeah.
and this story came out and we saw this interview, we would all be reacting this way. He's the head football coach of a power conference team.
I think
He's got to coach.
I think
He's going to coach in the ACC this year.
if you're a UNC football fan, you knew when they hired him, you kind of sat down into the roller coaster and buckled up, and you're like, you knew you're going for a ride.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly the twists and the turns the ride are going to take you on, and it might crash, but it's Bill Belichick. It's worth taking for a ride.
Different circumstance, but same sort of idea as like Colorado with Dion.
It's a
Where
stunt hire.
Yeah, it's
It
just
is-
like
it is-
we know this might crash and burn, but like
Right.
we're at a point as a program we're
Right.
willing to
Why not?
take the ride. Yeah.
So it's a stunt hire, and they're on board for the stunts. I think they got probably Carolina fans probably have 2 years before this shit isn't cute anymore. Before
Yeah.
this shit isn't funny. But right now it's
He hasn't lost a game yet, so
not a
you know.
goddamn game.
Yeah, he hasn't lost one game, so right now I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. But
It's so
the
theatrical.
warning signs are there.
It's so perfectly theatrical though. Like her walking in that custom like dress suit or whatever that she had into practice.
But also, she's very involved in the team from what it seems like.
Yeah, she might be coaching the team. Maybe was she coaching the? How old is she?
24.
24.
She's coaching-
What year did the Patriots win their first Super Bowl?
2001.
What is 2025 minus 2001?
Maybe 24, Mark.
Twin Flame.
Was she
Alive.
coaching the team the whole time? Was infant her
Was she
Pulling
even
the
an infant?
strings?
Was she even an infant yet? Could she have been a fetus? Fetus
Was
coach?
fetus her? Yeah. It's something to
Coach Fetus.
Coach Fetus. Is this Coach Fetus?
Coach Fetus, I'm tired.
Baby coach.
Baby Coach.
Yeah, I see Baby
Our-
Heist. I see Baby
Yeah.
Plane.
Our sports movie.
Oh, baby coach. Might work.
What if a baby was the head coach of the New England Patriots?
Look that up. Connect those dots. Was she a fetus? Where was she in the development process?
January
Was she
02. January 02 is where we're looking, right? That's when the Super
Yeah,
Bowl
that
would
was-
have been for
that
year.
would have been-
Yeah.
Maybe GM Baby too.
Baby GM.
Baby GM Baby.
All right, April 4th.
She just turned 24.
She turned 24 on April 4th,
So
which
the-
means she's
that's
born
21.
April 4th of
2001.
21.
2001. So she was about
Wait,
she was
birthday is
about 10
March.
months old, 9 months old when they won the Super Bowl.
She
Oh
celebrated her.
my God.
She was the baby coach.
Baby Coach.
March 5th, 2000.
She's been.
Why, her birthday just changed?
No, that's when she celebrated her birthday.
What if she?
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold up.
What
guess.
if-
Time out.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Her birthday's in March and she celebrated in April? Oh, she Angel Reese?
That's when she posted about her birthday.
Okay.
So what if she's a parasite that was living inside of Bill Belichick,
Succubus.
like a succubus,
Mm-hmm.
and baby her is living inside of Bill Belichick's human form.
Right.
She's the one coaching the team, and only recently she has hatched. She has fully developed and hatched.
So
And Belichick is just a husk of a skin.
so
And that
she's Bill
explains-
Belichick.
She's always been Bill Belichick. That is just like a snake shedding its skin.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Bill Belichick you see now looks so lifeless.
Just
and
a
dead
vessel.
because he's just a vessel, and she was controlling him the whole time.
This is what I choose to
And
believe unless anybody wants to disprove
She
it
was
right now.
being incubated in the body of Bill Belichick for 20 years. I don't know. It's something to consider.
Buttman,
Until
thoughts?
disproven.
I completely agree with you guys here. I think that this is genius.
You weren't paying
You weren't
attention
paying
to
a
that
lick
at all.
of attention.
Yes, I was.
He didn't say it was genius.
The succubus thing.
All right.
That Bill Belichick shed his skin and
Okay,
then
all right.
she
Yeah.
became
Something to consider.
the baby coach, and that she's my vote for college football coach of the year in 2025. I think that she's going to take it away.
Yeah.
Easy.
Something to consider.
Something to consider.
Makes just as much sense as what we're seeing at face value.
Andres Stojakovic, son of Peja, picks the Illini, which is one thing.
right.
It just reminds me of something else I saw today. I saw clips of LeVar Arrington II at Penn State spring practice.
Yep.
And it took me back.
Stick City.
It took me back to LeVar Arrington in his Penn State uniform in 1999, and I still think and it looks like the son might be the same way. I think LeVar Arrington is the most impressive human man to ever wear a football uniform. Looking at him in his football uniform, of what he is, the best looking man in a football uniform of all time.
Okay.
And I think the son is following that. He looks like a fucking beast out there.
He needs to put on some weight, but then
He needs to put on some weight?
I think so, yeah.
Guy looks like a fucking tank out there.
Let me see LeVar Arrington and
Oh, this isn't a good shot of him, but
You can't really look cool in the.
you can't look good in that helmet. But there's video of him actually playing.
let me see LeVar Arrington. This is him. This is the son playing. Ooh.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
now this is making him look small.
Oh shit.
This isn't what I saw today. That's okay.
Oh shit.
He can grow into it.
Very
I
exciting.
guess that other grown man walking in the shot helped.
Pull up just a picture of LeVar Arrington in a football
Off the first one, not two.
first. The original.
Look, there he is,
Yeah.
right there. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't 11 a big thing at Penn State?
Yeah. LeVar Bowman,
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Bell, Micah Parsons, Abdul Carter, LeVar Arrington II. All of them.
Mark, have you seen the Brad? We mentioned Illinois there briefly. What Brad Underwood did?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
No.
Illinois got multiple guys whose last name ends in "ick" in the last 24 or 36 hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Brad Underwood has celebrated this with a new Twitter profile picture. It's an AI-generated photo of him doing a Slavic squat in a tracksuit.
Is that AI?
Yeah.
No.
What? No,
I
is
mean-
it, you sure? You just,
I don't think it would be crazy
I
if it
can't
wasn't
see from
AI.
here. Yeah, I would.
The
I
Balkans.
can't. I honestly can't see from here. Zoom in. That's pretty good. Yeah. Now I see that it's AI. Yeah. But yeah, it would. Why wouldn't you just take a normal picture? Why don't you just put the tracksuit on and take the picture? But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Definitely something.
They have both Ivisiches.
They got a
Yeah.
Stojakovic and a
Ivisic, Mirkovic. Yeah, there you go. All
This
right.
is a maybe a reasonable strategy to take in college hoops now.
You can't pay them? Is that right? I thought you could now, or no?
There were international laws.
Aren't like international guys unable to take NIL?
Yeah, there's something. I remember there was like Australian players were having that issue. It was like Zach Edey couldn't take NIL. Or
Yeah.
something.
What's what's the temperature saying here, Blake?
77.
77.
I'm
That's what we were
sweating
talking
like a
about earlier, trying to
motherfucker.
Dude.
succubus talk.
Like a motherfucker.
Do this one is this funny with Blutman?
All right.
I think it might be.
Yeah, this is a good one, Blutman. You're gonna like this.
Okay.
You're gonna like this. Is this funny? All right. You ready? You locked in?
Do you know the premise of Is This Funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played
So
this
he's
often on the
gonna
show.
say something.
Right.
And I'm gonna say if it's funny or not.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's the headline. Student rescued from Mount Fuji twice in 1 week. Chinese national, 27, just his age. He's a 27-year-old. Reportedly returned to Japan's highest mountain days after first rescue to retrieve his phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's not funny.
Is it not? He climbed Mount Fuji.
He climbed.
He climbed it to the
You
point.
understand what the
and he
story
lost
is?
He
it.
climbed to the point he had to get rescued,
Yeah.
and then they rescue him and take him down the mountain. A couple days later, he's like, "Where's my fucking phone?" And he
And he goes back to get
goes
his phone.
back to get his phone.
Yeah, it's more interesting than funny.
I think,
Like,
and
you
this is why we need the segment.
I think that's funny.
Because
You just have no idea what he's
Brandon,
gonna
but
say.
You and your kids will go to the grocery store, and that could be a whole ordeal. And then you forget your phone there, and then you go home, and then you realize, "Where's
But-
my phone?"
But
Then
you don't
go
even
back.
rescue.
Do you see the funny part?
Yeah,
That's the grocery store.
yeah.
That's
this is
that's
Mount
down,
Fuji.
This is
So
Mount
the
Fuji. It's
two-
one of the
two
tallest
the same
mountains.
things could happen no matter where we're at in the world. It's
It doesn't
more
ma-
interesting.
It
than
doesn't make it
funny.
funnier if it's at the top of a 20,000-foot mountain. I don't know how tall
No, the
mountain.
guy's probably he might have done that on purpose so he could have another excuse to go up the mountain again.
Your brain, man. I don't know what's going on up in
I don't
there.
know what's
Did
going
he get his
on either.
phone?
I bet he lost his phone up there again.
Gotta go back.
Gotta go back. Whoops. That's some sitcom stuff.
Also-
in my
Let me
opinion.
try again. Let me-
Student rescued from Mount Fuji twice in 1 week. Chinese national 27-year-old student. Really? 27-year-old student. That guy's
That might be the most jarring thing.
still a student. 27.
Well, as Thomas Jefferson said, we're all always
Yeah.
learning. We never
That's right.
graduate.
That's the UVA. That's what.
yeah, the first year, second year, third year.
But
fourth
people
year.
do graduate though.
No, you never graduate.
not UVA people. That's their. That's
They're on the
whole
ground.
So
thing.
y'all never have a graduation ceremony? You just keep going forever?
No, this is Virginia's
This is
like
UVA.
hoity-toity
Yeah.
stuff. They
First year, second year, third year,
fourth
fourth year. Yeah,
You're on grounds.
that's right. Jake
Because
Malisic.
learning is not
Jake
limited to
Malisic
the-
technically never graduated then.
Yeah.
That's right.
Blutman, how was golf?
Golf was fine. Good. I golfed. I'm bad.
Swing didn't look that bad.
It looked bad, no?
It didn't look as bad as I thought it would look.
Really?
Yeah, when
I
I
hit a tree.
When I first saw your clip pop up, I was like, I'm not watching Blutman Swing Golf Club.
Fair.
I don't want to see it. And then the second time it popped up, I was like, all right, I'll look at it. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
I was having fun on the putting green and trying to make long like eagle putts, and I would keep hitting.
What would make it an eagle putt?
I envisioned I just hit on the green 2 on the par 5.
Okay.
And I was hitting long, like 60, 70-foot eagle putts.
So, in no way is this a good swing.
No, it's really bad.
But
it's my first one.
it's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to both compliment him and insult him at the same time.
Yeah. I think you did a good job of doing that, Brandon.
Thank you.
Of
Thank you.
complimenting and insulting at the same time.
I mean, you know.
Breaking 200 with Liam Blutman.
Where was this? Was this here? The Classic was here?
Yes. The Royal Melbourne.
Where's that?
River Grove?
Somewhere here.
The Royal Melbourne.
Yeah.
How did you
And
get
it's in
there?
Chicago.
An Uber with Mincy at 6:30 a.m. I fell asleep in the Uber. I woke up at 5.
Long Grove.
Shouldn't the Royal Melbourne be in Melbourne?
It should be.
Isn't the Zurich?
Oh, Long Grove's out.
It's in-
Northwest. I looked at a house
in
in Long Grove.
Louisiana.
Yeah, that is.
New Orleans.
Whew.
I've been to that one.
Imagine like someone comes to you and is like, "We want you to work the Zurich golf tournament."
Uh-huh.
You're like, yeah, sign me up. Like, all right, get on this plane to New Orleans.
And
Yeah,
That would be-
that happened to me.
That happened to you?
Not like literally like thinking I was going to Zurich, but it was like, you want to go to work the Zurich class? I'm like, that sounds sick as fuck. Yeah.
That sounds fucking
and
awesome.
I
And then
got
you
sent
get to
on. Yeah, that's where I met
Very-
the monies.
Oh.
I met both monies there.
Oh, the making money.
Yes,
Uh,
the making money. Sorry.
It's a brutal bait and switch.
Yes.
What?
I just I got thoughts about seeing golf live. It's tough.
It is tough.
You don't
gotta work.
I saw maybe 2 balls end up hitting the ground, and one of them hit the water actually, and the other one was. All right, next. You're
Do
up.
they drop?
You're up.
What is it online?
Yep. Good job,
You
guys.
you only saw 2.
Yes, I saw 2 balls hit the ground the whole day. Yeah.
You saw 2 shots the whole day. It
I
is
saw
hard.
a lot of shots. I just didn't see the balls land.
Yeah.
Beside one in the water and one like 6-7 inches from a hole.
Yeah, it's hard. A lot of
Yeah,
walking too,
not easy.
or not, or you could just like post up at hole 4 and just stay there the whole time.
That's
then
what
you
you
feel
do.
like you're
Find a
missing the
shady
good
tree.
stuff.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I was going to try and find Zaw. He was at hole 5, and I walked all the way to hole 18 thinking it was hole 5. And I had to walk all the way back. so
I
that
bet
was
you
tough.
thought, what a fool I am.
Did you leave your cell phone there?
No,
Oh.
I should have. Could have gone all the way back to hole 18.
All right, I have to get to cool air.
I'm so hot.
Yeah.
How does this happen over and over and over?
I don't know.
It's just the warm weather.
It's like every time the weather.
It's nothing to do with the
changes-
weather, does it?
But I don't.
I don't. It seems to voice crack. Every time the weather changes, it breaks the AC in the building. I don't know if
Yeah.
our
But
AC
why?
It got warm at all, and that broke the AC.
Another day at the stool.
Another day at the stool. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.
That's how ball's done. My stomach is wow.
Family, family.